Hello everyone. In the previous session, we have seen how to retrieve emails by using Get Outlook Mail Message activity. Now, if you observe over here, we have seen all the properties like mark as read, only unread messages, top properties in the previous session. Now we have missed one thing, that is filter. How can we go ahead and filter while we are going to retrieve the mails from Outlook? That is our main agenda in this session. This session I am going to dividing into two parts. In first session, I will explain you about the GET queries. In the second part, I will explain you about the DASL queries. We can use these two query engines that to retrieve the data or to retrieve emails in the filter by using Get Outlook Mail Message activity. First of all, we'll see what is GET queries. GET stands for Joint Engine Technology, which is developed by the Microsoft. There, what will happen if you want to give any kind of filters, you have to provide these kind of queries to retrieve the data. And also there is a problem. There are sometimes we may receive the data, sometimes we don't receive the data. But this UiPath will support both kind of queries, that is GET queries as well as the DSL queries. Now, I will show you how to use these queries in filter. Now, if you observe, there are different things that what we have. In the sense, if you want to fetch any email related based on the from condition, then you are going to use this from, and then that you are going to give the details over here. Nothing but that the string you are going to provide it. It is nothing but if you are going to provide it in from like this query, it will fetch based on the display name, it will fetch the data. And you can see this is not equal to, and also based on the variable also you can go ahead and you can fetch the data. This is the different ways that we can fetch the data. And after that, if you want to get based on the email ID, then you can go ahead and you can get it by using to. These are all the things that what we have when you're going to search from, to, subject, receive date and time, all these things that you will use to fetch the emails based on the filter condition. All right. Now, first of all, we'll see these GET queries at the part one. Now, let me go to my project and you can see we're in the sequence of Get Outlook Mail Messages. If you see the bot, what it will do, by using Get Outlook Mail Message, it is going to be fetch or retrieves the mail based on the options that we have provided, and then it will display the count. And if you want to know the details of the particular email, like from, to, subject, all these things, you can go ahead and you can get it by using system.net.mail.mailMessage or type argument. Now we are going to work on the filters, right? Now, on which queries that we are going to use it? GET queries. That is nothing but Joint Engine Technology. Now, let me go to the editor over here. And you can see I'm going to provide the queries over here. What kind of queries? Now, first of all, let me go to Outlook. I want to fetch it out the emails, okay, from particular person. If you see, I'm having a lot of mails over here, right? And from that, what I want to do, I want to fetch the data from the display name is Learning Technologies. Okay, this is the email ID and this is the from. There are two different ways. Don't get confused over here. If you see, this is the display name and this is email ID. That is what we'll call it. Normally we have to use it as a from, but over here, whenever you are going to use it from, it will come as a display name. Now you can observe, if I'm having Learning Technologies as from, I want to fetch all the emails related to that. Now, how can I go ahead and do that? If you see in the double quotes, I'm going to provide from equal to, in single quotes, I'm going to give the value. That is nothing but the string. What is that string? I'm going to say Learning Technologies. Okay, and then I'm going to click on OK. This is the first scenario I'm going to use by using from as my filter. Now let me go ahead, let me run the bot. Now you can see the number of mail counts that we are having 5 based on the filter which we have provided. If you observe over here, I'm having a lot of mail, more than 8 messages, 8 mails, that what we have. Now out of 8, based on my filter, we are having mail count is 5. Now if I want to see it from whom I got it, now if you see from Learning Technologies, that what is the thing that I have given from, you can see Bashar at Amir, you are having a lot of mails, right? You can see all these things has been filtered, and then we have retrieved the data based on this filter condition. That is what we have used. This is our first scenario. Now, if you may ask me, now why can't we provide the email IDs over here? It won't accept, if you're going to use from, it won't accept the email ID like Bashar.Amir86. It won't accept it. It only accept the display name which it is having. There are also some of the disadvantages what we have in the JET also. So that in the next session, I will show you to use DASL language to retrieve all the mails based on your requirement. Okay. Now this is only for the JET base, right? Now the first scenario has been completed. Now I want to know from which is not equal to Learning Technologies. What does that mean? Apart from Learning Technologies, if there are any emails that we have, I want to fetch it out. That how can I go ahead and do that? I am just going to simply going not, you can see from not Learning Technologies. If you whatever the mails that we have got it from not Learning Technologies as the display name, then we want to display that. Let me go ahead, let's save this. Let me click on OK. Now let me go ahead, let me run the bot once again. Bot execution started, and you can see the mail count is 4. So previously with the from display name, it is giving as 5. Now without that, we are having 4 mails. We will see what are they. Now you can see from, I got some mail from Google, that is no reply at the rate of google.com. And there are some other like some email IDs that what we have. And you can see all these things. And you can see over here in my email ID, I'm having Learning Technologies, but the display name over here, it is as Microsoft Office Outlook. That is the reason it is going to be fetching from not equal to Learning Technologies. Okay. Now let me click on OK. Now we have seen the filter by using from condition. Now how can I go ahead and do that for the to? Okay. Now, as I said right now, these two, whenever I'm going to use, I have to use the query in a such a way, you have to provide the email IDs. But in the office, like, in corporate companies, it will work because of their Outlook having some different functionalities, but our Outlook may have some other functionalities. Like they're having different features that we may have some other different features. Sometimes it will work, sometimes it not work. Now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to copy this entire thing for the to, and then I'm going for the filter option, and then I'm going to provide this query that is related to. Now let me go ahead, let me click on OK. Now let me run the bot. What exactly it is, if you are having from, it is to condition like that, what are the email IDs that you have to fetch it out, and then you have to display. Now you can see I don't have any mails related to that. By using to, nothing but which mails I have to send in inbox, right? That I don't have any mails, that's why it is showing as 0. Now I'm going to change a small thing over here. The mail folder, I'm going to give it as sent items. Now let me save it. I'm going to use the same filter condition over here for to, and then I'm going to run the bot. Now if you see, I have in my Outlook, let me go to send, and you can see there's the email ID basha.amir86, that we are having all the email IDs, but still it is showing as count as 0. Now what I will do, I will take this display name, and then let me go ahead, let me see it will work or not for that also. Now I'm going to condition. I'm just going to give it Learning Technologies. Now let me click on OK. Now let me run the bot once again. Now still you can see I have used with the display name and with the email ID also, but still you can see over here basha.amir86 @gmail.com, but still I'm going to get it as 0 only. Sometimes that is what I said. There are some of the Outlook issues or the release versions. That's what we have. That issues where we are facing right now by using jet queries. Now, what I will show you, I will go for the subject. Based on subject, how can I go ahead and do that? Now I'm going to query editor and I'm just going to give subject over here. Subject, and I'm just going to give as test over here. Okay. Before that, let me show you if there are any mails that we have in our inbox. You can see over here, I'm having one email ID, one email that I have with the subject of test. You can see the text over here, that is subject, right? Now, what I will do, I am going to change the mail folder over here. I'm just going to give it as inbox. And then let me go ahead, let me run the bot. You are going to get it mails count as 1 because of we are having only one mail for that. If you see over here what is the details, we are having that is from the same mail. That is nothing but I have sent to myself. That's the reason it is showing as learningtechnologies2020@gmail.com. Okay, this is how you are going to use to from subject. These are all the different options, different filters to retrieve the data by using get Outlook mail message. Now let me go ahead, let me show you some of the things. Logical operator, that what you have. What did that mean? Even we are having the variable, I will explain you that. Okay, logical operator, nothing but and or condition. Now my use case is that I want to fetch from learning technologies and the subject having PDF. These two combinations, whatever the combination that I have to fetch it out I have to check it out in my inbox, and then it has to retrieve the mails by using get Outlook mail message activity. Right now, let me go to the filter, and I'm going to give the same values over here from learning technologies and subject equal to PDF. I have to put it all these things in the double quotes. Let me click on OK. Now let me go ahead, let me run the bot. If you see over here, I'm having only one mail. That is also that we have received from Basha.Amir86. Let me go to Outlook once again. We will see where is this. This is the one. Okay. I want to tell you one point over here. If you observe over here, the subject I have given as PDF, but here the subject we are having as forward, FWD and double dots, and then we are having PDF automation. And in sometimes also, if you're going to reply the mail, what will happen? RE PDF automation, you will get it, right? Let me go ahead, let me show you that. Let me click on reply. You can see over here what it is coming, RE, reply, right? In these kind of scenarios, what will happen? Okay, whenever you have given the subject without these two values, like forward and reply with the dots, it will ignore. And it will check the remaining values over there in the subject, and then it will fetch the data. That is exactly what happened over here in the same way. Okay, this is how we are going to use logical operator. Here, what is the logical operator? This is nothing but only the logical operator. Now I'm going to use another logical operator, that is OR. Now, what does this mean, this use case? If from is from learning technologies or subject equal to PDF, I need to retrieve all the mails. You can see there's a lot of mails that we are having. Whenever I have used AND operator, I have retrieved only one mail. Whenever I'm going to use OR condition, it has to retrieve this condition along with that the remaining also. Now let me go ahead, let me change this. I'm just using OR logic operator over here, and then I'm going to click on OK. Now let me go ahead, let me run the bot. What is the output that we will get it? The number of mails that we have with the subject as PDF. Along with that, I will check it out with the, from is learning technologies. Now you can see the mails count is 5. And we have seen this Outlook that we are having a lot of things, right? You can see here also learning technology. That's the reason you are having 5 mails over there. Let me click on OK. And you can see what are the details that we have from. These are all the values, nothing but these are all the email IDs, that is we have used email.from.ToString. Okay. Now we have seen until we have seen logical operator, subject, and all these things. Now let's assume I want to retrieve based on the date. If you see over here based on the date, you can see yesterday, Monday, last week. These are all the based on the dates, right? How can I go ahead and filter my emails to retrieve the date? I will show you one example over here. If you see the received time is DateTime.Now.AddHours. Nothing but whatever the date time right now we are having. Right now, if you see I'm having 11:36 p.m. less than that is minus 1 hour means that is 10 hours 36 that is 10 hours 36 minutes in the PM. Then you have to fetch out all these mails based on the received date and time. Okay, this is what is the condition. Now I will show you this one over here from the UiPath. Let me go to editor. Now what I'm going to do, let me expand this a little bit over here. I'm going to give entire thing over here like received time equal to, okay. Now if you see over here, what I'm going to do in single quotes and double quotes, first of all, I will check out what is date and time. Date now dot ToString plus, and I'm going to close this way. Okay, what does this mean? Whatever the received date and time that we have right now, have I received any mails or not? Let me check it out that. Let me click on OK. What I'm going to do, I'm going to give the display name also in the message box. Let me go to activities once again. I'm going to drag and drop another message box. And I'm going to give time now. And I'm going to concatenate with the same thing which on DateTime.Now.ToString. Okay. Now let me show you once again this filter over here. Receive date and time. You can see date time. You have to change a little bit over here. Date time dot now dot ToString. Okay, let me click on OK. We have given the same value in the filter as well as message date time dot now. So what do you mean by that? What are the time we have? Am I received any mails or not? So actually we won't get in the specific second, we won't get the emails, but still. Now let me go ahead, let me show you that by running the bot. Now we can see the mail count is 0, but still, what is the time right now? That is 08/19/2020. That is, this is in 12 hours format, and here it is showing as 24 hours format, right? That is the reason you don't have any mails in that. Let me move this one message box before get Outlook messages. Now let me save this. Now what I will do, I want to check it out. Okay, less than 1 hour or less than 12 hours or whatever it may be, that I have to check it out. How can I go ahead the past 1 day or 2 days that what we got it? Or else what I will do, if you see over here, I'm going to make it dot over here. I will make a small change over here. Dot add hours. Add hours, what I will do, I'm going to add -1 over here. Nothing but whatever the receive date time is less than -1 hours. Okay, whatever the values that were greater than or equal to date time dot now dot add -hours dot to string. I'm going to fetch out all the emails. Okay, now how can I go ahead and do that? I'm going to modify a small thing over here in the receive time. That is, I'm going to give less than the date and time right now, so that I will check it out based on the hours, how much time it has been. I know how many mails that we are going to retrieve it. Okay, let me go ahead, let me save the bot. And now let me run the bot. Now if you see that I'm having date and time over here, let me click on OK. And now you can see the mail count is 10. So different mails that I have received, all these mails that I'm going to filter it out based on the date and time format. This is how we are going to use date time to filter our get Outlook mail message activity. Now I will show you how to use variables to fetch the values. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to delete this message box, and then I'm going to use one activity, that is assign. Let me drag and drop this assign activity onto the panel, and I'm going to give it filter. I'm just going to click on Control K. I'm just going to give filter condition. Okay, and then click on enter. In the variable, it will create filter condition, right? That is in the string format. Now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to give the variable over here, then a string over here, that is learning technologies. Okay, I want to check it out in the from condition by using this learning technologies. I'm going to get Outlook mail message, and then I'm going to change the editor over here. I'm going to give the condition over here based on the from equal to, here what I have to give, now filter condition, right? You can see filter condition over here. This is the variable which we have been created just now. Now let me go, let me click on OK. Now let me run the bot once again. You can see the count, mail count is 6, that what we have, and all the mails that it is going to be using with the learning technologies, all the things are going to be displaying over here in the message box. I hope we have covered all the jet queries, that is using from, to, subject, logical operator, that is under operators, and the received date and time. Now I will tell you the main problems over here. If you observe over here, the two I have used as an email ID, but it is unable to fetch the data. That is one point. Another one, from I have given the display name over here. But what about the email IDs? If I want to check it out from email ID, which are the email, let's assume I got the mail from the basha.amir86@gmail.com, how can I go ahead and filter it out by using email ID? And also, let's assume I don't, if you see the condition over here, I'm going to give exact match, nothing but equal to. If I don't know the exact name, I want to check it out like condition. Then how can we go ahead and do that? Like, if you are going to say technologies only, do you remember? I want to give like condition to fetch it out all the related to the technologies, not exact match of the display name. Then what is the option that we have? If you see, there are a lot of things which we can't do that by using jet queries. In the upcoming session, I will show you how to use DASL queries. That is nothing but distributed application specification language. Don't worry about that, this is another technology, again we have to learn it out. No, don't require that. I will explain you how to use all these queries which are very useful to you in your real-time application. And also these examples that we are going to use it in our real-time scenario. Don't worry about that. Please watch the next video also related to the same filter condition, but by using DASL queries. That is nothing but distributed application specification language, which are not achieved by the jet queries. I hope you understand how to use jet queries in the filter condition for the Outlook mail message activity. Thank you for watching UiPath tutorials. If you have any queries related to this concept, please post them in the comment section. I will see you in the next session. Till then, bye-bye. Have a nice day.